Alright, enough time has passed. It's time for me to make this video. When Vini first arrived Real Madrid for around 40 million euros at the time, let's not pretend that he was hailed as the new Neymar. For God forbid, the new Pele. I don't even think Real Madrid thought of him as he was going to be their main man in a few years. He was just another promising young player. Okay, he had potential, but not really that much proven ability. We saw in the first 2-3 years that he was struggling. I mean, his finishing was one of the worst I've ever seen. Madrid fans themselves wanted him out. He just seemed like a fish out of water. Like, sure, he had flashes of brilliance, but he also had a lot of moments where it looked like his brain and feet weren't quite on the same page, and it made him look like a Sunday League player for a while. Therefore, a lot of people were questioning what Real Madrid did spending 40 million on this Brazilian kid. But fast forward a couple of years, and Vini is right now Real Madrid's main man in a team with Kylian Mbappe in it. He's led them to 2 Champions League trophies, and he's pretty much a weapon. He scores against all the big teams, and he's very lethal. So all of a sudden, these performances for Real Madrid have started this hype train in Brazil. People were expecting this Real Madrid form to be translated there. They started calling this man the next big thing for Brazil, the Neymar replacement. And here's where things start to get a little crazy, because somehow Vinicius has been lumped in the same category as Neymar. A guy that refused to take off the number 10 jersey for Brazil. A guy that is sitting on 5 international goals in approaching 40 appearances. Now, Neymar is on that legendary category of talents, of players. Just because of some Champions League performances, you are not immediately put on that legendary category. Eye test is important, guys. As good as he has been for Madrid, these Neymar comparisons are crazy. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit. And the thing is, we're not just talking about one bad game here or there. We're talking about a consistent pattern. Every international break, this guy goes on a 6.5 rating hunt, okay? Guys, forget trophies and results and stat padding. This guy can't even complete a rainbow flick, okay? They forget that South American football in particular is extremely physical. It's aggressive. Sometimes more like a boxing match. And guess who's often going to be receiving those tackles? The same way Neymar did against Argentina in that final. That was the craziest, grimiest game I've seen of South America. Well, Vini is, now that he's the main man, now that Neymar is not there, Vini is going to be receiving these tackles. He's going to be receiving that superstar treatment. And listen, Vini might be a speed demon, but the moment he crosses into South America on those rough pitches, with referees that don't call a foul unless you have 6 ACLs broken, with defenders that treat you like a piñata, tackling you like you owe them money, it's not all that easy, is it? And I've seen this a lot, but it's like the referees are telling the guy, get back up, stop crying, and play on. This is the same treatment that greats like Messi, Neymar, etc. they got. You have to deal with that pressure if you want those comparisons. In La Liga, it's a different story. You breathe on Vinicius in Real Madrid, it's a foul. You're not getting those cushy calls in Cotton Bowl qualifiers, alright? It's just welcome to the jungle here, Vinny. South American football is not like La Liga. Let's not pretend that Real Madrid don't have a bit of an advantage when it comes to refereeing. When you're wearing that iconic white shirt, you might as well be getting a free pass from a ref every time you step on the pitch. It's like they got VIP cards for the penalty box. Well, it might just be the magic of that white shirt. It's like the football equivalent of being white in the old days, okay? But let's also dive a little bit on the tactics. For Real Madrid, he's surrounded by a tactical setup, yes. Don't give me that Carlo doesn't have a system BS. Every single team has a system. It might not be a super in-depth one, but every team has a system everywhere you go. There, he's surrounded by these tactical setups that perfectly complement his game. He's usually had very good midfielders to feed him the ball. Attackers pulling defenders away. That Madrid system is designed to get the best out of Vini into space, to give him the ball, last line, allow him to use his space to gain an advantage, to be creative in one-on-ones, finish, etc. I mean, you see for Brazil, he's trying to pass to Bruno Guimaraes, and I'm sorry. Bruno Guimaraes is your creative outlet. You might as well be playing ping pong, alright? Because the ball, there is no control there. Half of that Brazil midfield should really be putting the fries in the bag, I'll be honest. And don't get me started on defense. So Danilo in 2024, we're about to be 2025. And you're telling me Danilo is still a thing. He still exists in football. It's a joke, man. It's really a joke. For Real Madrid, he's the star of the counterattack. He gets the ball and boom, he's off. For Brazil, he's often isolated without the same support or overlap. Not to say that players like Ferland Mendy really help him in terms of overlapping for Madrid, but at least he does that defensive work generally. And he gets more support. In Brazil, he's left to figure it out. They just give him the ball and they're like, okay, just create. You're the Neymar replacement, right? Just do something for us. No, he cannot do that. He's not a Neymar. He's not a Messi. He's trying to pull the same moves he does for Madrid. But what he doesn't understand is that he doesn't have the support cast that has the same wavelength as he is. It's like watching a Formula One car trying to race on a dirt track. Yeah, the car is fast, but it's not built for this. Without Madrid's system to rely on, which is really we've only seen Vinicius in two teams, really, Real Madrid and Brazil. And without Real Madrid's stars, he often seems like a fish out of water. So, are we saying that Vinicius is a system merchant? I'm not going to entertain any Messi debates because Messi was miles clear of Vinicius' performances for Brazil even before he won the World Cup. I don't know. I think it's too quick to judge. He's still very young. And judging by what I've seen in football my whole life, I would not be that surprised if next international break, Vinny just turns it on, okay? Because we've seen that he has suffered from abuse. He has suffered from criticism before, and he has turned it around. He really has one of the best stories of overcoming adversity for Real Madrid. And hey, who's to say he can't do it for Brazil? I think he can. I genuinely think he can. I'm not trolling here. I think he can. Even if he cannot, I seriously doubt that he can be much worse than he is right now. So my prediction is that he must get at least a little better, right? Get a little bit more GA, a few more performances here and there. Because me personally, I don't consider Vinny on the same level as Neymar. I don't even consider Vinny on the same potential bracket as somebody like Estevao Williams or Endrick, which are the new generation coming up. I think Vinny is a good player, but my expectations for him are not going to be Neymar expectations, which a lot of people seem to have, and that's where they go wrong. He's not that guy. He's simply not. But let me know your thoughts. How good do you think Vinny can be for Brazil? Or will he just not figure it out ever? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for the next one. Appreciate you guys for watching.